Hello guys, back again. Talking about something I would never fathom actually talking about. Facebook has acquired the Oculus Rift developer, Oculus VR, for a deal up to $2 billion. Let me repeat that. $2 billion for a technology that quite honestly hasn't been proven yet. It's been shown, but nothing financially has actually been done with it yet. The actual deal includes $400 million in cash, 23.1 million shares of Facebook, valued at $1.6 billion. And the deal includes a performance-based payout option that could boost the sale an additional $300 million in cash in stock if certain milestones are reached. Now, a lot of people are going to react negatively to this. The fact that a big company went out and bought this, something that a lot of gamers were hyped for. Now, I understand why they bought it. They bought it based on the potential. I kind of want to take the Kinect and the Oculus Rift in the same boat, because the Kinect, remember when that came out? All the hype. I bought one because it was the potential that got you excited for the Kinect originally on the Xbox. The potential of being able to scan your own items and being able to do all this other cool stuff, gaming stuff you could never do before. And ultimately the Kinect turned into a hand gesturing device, but mostly used for voice commands. Never what it was intentionally hyped to be or did. Now, the Kinect went on to also be used in the medical field. Now, for the Oculus Rift, you could see all kind of down the road, there is potential for this to be used in many different areas. Facebook said basically they talk about could be communications, media, entertainment, education, and they're looking at strong candidate to emerge the next social and communications platform. I just don't know about that. Okay, I get we're hyped about the potential in gaming, but where will this thing ultimately go? Because I'm not sure, what are we willing to do with the devices we have? Okay, you have an Oculus Rift, which you put on your head, and you can do 3D gaming or virtual reality gaming. I understand, in training, a device like that could be used for a lot of cool different things. And in the medical field. But $2 billion ultimately is a lot of money for potential. And for Facebook, Facebook's thrown a lot of money around lately. They spent a ton of money recently on another company, and it's like, you can spend all the money you want, but at some point you have to get results. I don't buy into the virtual reality craze that's going on right now. It has been a fad on and off for decades. What I mean by craze is a lot of people are expecting things to come out of this now. Whereas, okay, way down the road, we could get a lot of cool things. But for now, I don't see this massive, we're talking financial. Because I'm sorry, when you buy something as big as this, what shareholders and what people are going to look at with Facebook is, what financially do you gain out of this now? Short term, what do you gain out of it? Because once you might invest this much money, you better quickly start getting your money back. Because if you don't, the longer you go without getting your money, the most unlikely you're going to get your money back. The other thing, here's my thing about Oculus Rift. Why they made it looks really cool, and it's a cool device. The thing that Facebook has to worry about is somebody making a better one that does the things that this device may not do. Because this device is only made for now for gaming. And I understand, investing and buying something, especially technology-wise, it's easy to fall in love with something you see could possibly happen. But to get it there is the question, okay? The Oculus Rift, since it debuted, a lot of people have been hyped about the Oculus Rift. It has been probably what I would call one of the most overhyped and overly excited things out there because of potential. And every little video you see of an old game, like I saw the Legend of Zelda thing for the Oculus Rift. Why? And one part of my head goes, that's kind of cool. And the other part of my head goes, it's still the original Zelda graphics. Looks slightly different. And then, so why this has broad potential, the other question is this. Will the public buy into something like this? Now, there is Google Glass out there. And a lot of people have privacy concerns with that device. And why the tech people have completely jumped on board, and they usually jump on board the newest, hottest tech that's out there. Where do you see the Oculus Rift ultimately going? Where do you see the use for this device in the future? What is it going to be that's going to make the $2 billion they spent back? Because I've always thought the Oculus Rift at first would be a niche market in gaming. It would not be like the defiant de facto way to play games. The other thing they never talk about these devices that does kind of amaze me is simply this. Not everybody can handle virtual reality. Kind of like not everybody can handle 3D. Not every person can handle these devices. We haven't seen broad use of these devices to understand how many people can actually handle these things. We never prove, that, we don't know how much the market can, there's a half the market that can't play it because they can't handle it, because maybe they get motion sickness, maybe their depth of perception is off. Why some people say, well, it's not that bad, it cuts this other stuff down. And for most people, it probably would. But again, and most importantly, you have to get a product out to market. And you have to prove it works. And you have to prove it does what it says it does. And you have to prove it doesn't have a high failure rate. Oculus has not done that. What is Facebook's plan for this device? Okay, or this company. It's not just a device, a company. Now, don't get me wrong. Owning the patent to something like this could, down long term, prove very good for them. Take Microsoft. One of the things people don't talk about is Microsoft owns a patent that, unbeknownst to people in Google when they made Android, every person who wants to do something in Android, software-wise, has to pay Microsoft money. That's how Microsoft makes $2 billion a year off Android, because they made something that evidently Google and other people didn't realize when they made the Android, that Microsoft had a patent for a certain part of the software in there, and so bam, people have to pay them $2 billion a year in licensing fees. Licensing-wise, patent could be beneficial if a lot of people use it. And I know some people are reacting like, oh my God, I can't, they're upset that they got bought out, and I understand. I never liked it when a big company moves into the gaming market. I didn't like it when Sony did it, though Sony proved me wrong. I had a lot of reservations. They were going to be a big company coming to the market, but they proved me wrong. I had reservations when Microsoft came to the market. Now, when Microsoft did some things I thought were interesting last generation, I still have reservations about Microsoft. They still act like a big company, not like a gaming company. And so with Facebook buying this, and Facebook is a relatively young company, and the questions always come to my mind, did Facebook buy Oculus because they wanted it, or did Facebook buy it because somebody else big was going to buy it and they didn't want them to get a hold of it? Because this deal seems all of a sudden rushed to get done. Now, for the people who've invented the Oculus Rift, Oculus VR, they get a massive payout. And I always congratulate people who make something, and they get a massive payout. Congratulations to those guys. They got a product that got hyped, and they got a lot of attention, and clearly people wanted that device, that technology. So, enough about me rambling on in this video since I've done it for so long. My question to you is, what do you see the real potential in the Oculus Rift, or the Oculus VR company, with the technology they're using to build? Because that's not just taking the gaming. That technology ultimately could be used for other stuff if developed properly. What do you see with Facebook doing it? Are you worried now that Facebook owns the company? Are you worried that what you thought was a great future for the Oculus Rift, now that Facebook owns it, you will not get the true potential of you thought this product was? Because as much as I love to say, the potential of a product, the truth is a big company almost always buries the full potential of a true product. Because they're a big company, because there is a lot of political struggles and fighting, and, Microsoft is known for this, and other big companies, Google, other big companies have this inside. It's internal political fighting that goes on at devices that could have reached further potential don't, because of the infighting and departments of stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate every like, subscribe, and comment, and I will talk to you guys later. You're done.